Hello, bonjour, ça va? And how are we tonight? It is Sunday, May the 17th, 2026, here in beautiful downtown Sarnia. Finally got the light at a right amount, I guess. I don't know, it's just a fluke. I've just been trying different times to come on. You can actually now see the St. Clair River, and all of that is Port Huron, Michigan. Can you see that? Looks clear here. I won't know until we're all done, I suppose. Anyway, so you may actually see some Lakers, like their boats, that go through the Great Lakes. You may actually see them go by as well, if we're lucky tonight. But I'm coming on today or tonight, I should say. Just had the most gorgeous sunset. I love this. I mean, the views are wonderful. I mean, I know I was at the lake before, but I was a 10-minute walk from that lake, and I was surrounded by, as you know, forest, birch and cedar and maple forest, so you couldn't even see the sky at night. This is just the opposite, total opposite of where I was living before. But anyway, I heard earlier today, and I did want to come on, but I guess as you can see, the boxes are going down. Okay? We're scrubbing shelves, we're unpacking boxes. It's getting better every day. I heard this morning, I had an actual decent long, good hour meditation again, which I haven't been able to accomplish. I mean, it's been 2 weeks. I'm now been in here for 2 weeks. So I'm starting to settle in, and I heard about, which is again something I haven't heard before, what was called a galactic interface. So I got some of the download, and then it's too much. I got too much on my mind. I just want to get myself settled and then into painting. I love to paint color. So this is going to be magenta again. We like magenta here. So that's the plan. But anyway, so I'm going to try to access that information right here, right now. I just see a light coming in here. Cobalt blue as usual, coming in. So I'm asking to get some more information about this galactic interface. I kind of sort of understand it. From what I was getting this morning, it has to do with our DNA and our genetics. So when we come in here, we've said this many, many times before. When we come in here, certain ones of us have more genetic material, I'm going to say, than others, like more suitable and more adaptable to this kind of temperature, shall we say, of this place in the density, the third, fourth density light here. And when we need an upgrade, it's part of the sun's responsibility to update us and upgrade us, and that's been going on quite successfully for some period of time now. But we also have this interface from outer space, is how I'm hearing it. And this is our galactic center space. So there's a momentum that pulls us back to our higher grace. So again, we get that memory code going, like let's get those synapses working, and the neurons, the neural network encodements, let's get all that going. And instead of chilling and not doing anything, let's get it going. There's a momentum that gets going in the cerebral hemispheres of the brain. So we start to download these systems from a higher plane. That means that we're all getting upgrades at the same time. But what we do with it, genetically speaking, is really up to us. So if you're already coming along at a good clip or a good pace, then you'll have a higher interface. If you are slower in the human race, then your cognitive abilities will be limited. I'm hearing limited how? Limited to our other space. I can't tell if it's outer or other which one is it? To our chosen space. So if we are displaced, we still can come back to the human race. Okay, so sounds like there's a safeguard in there to always connect us with our higher light systems, no matter what we have going on. I'm just going to say down here in our 3D realm system of light, of lower light, dense lower light that we're in. So some of us are going to kind of congratulate ourselves on that, on a, job well done. And others are going to be like displaced, or they're too complacent, or they're too allowing of other entities to enter their substream system of thought, and they are lowered as a result. When we get lowered, we can't, of course, climb higher into these resistant proof higher frequencies of light, because when you're in the higher light, you are resistant, of course, to the lower light, and vice versa. So whichever route that you want to take, and we've talked about this for years, then that's where you're going to mate. That's where you're going to end up. That's what you're going to align with. That's what you're going to partner with. That's who you'll be in tandem with. So you'll either be in tandem with your higher light or a lower light. Again, it's your choice, right? This realm, you get to make your choices here. So in regards to this interface, because I'm asking, give me some more information about this interface, and they're saying it's coming from a higher grace. It's here to displace the old human race. So it's here to up our levels of light. I get the feeling, I get the sense that it's activating us to encourage us to be more diligent with our conversations with our higher light, as well also to augment those off-worlder experiences that is our heritage, right? Most of us have multiple heritages or lineages in other timelines, as well as future lines of time, as we've heard before. That show, I love the British show Doctor Who. It's the Time Lord. We're Time Lords. We can come and go as we please. So this is making use of our abilities, our genetic abilities to climb higher in the higher light. So this is accomplished through this interface, a galactic interface. So it's a trace. I always hear it as a trace from the human race. So we trace our lineage in outer space. So it's our connector point from this level of being to our ancestor race, which comes from outer space. So if you didn't know that before, you know it now. I mean, you can take it or leave it. I'm just the messenger, so, whatever you do is up to you. Yes. I keep hearing you reap what you sow. It's always your choice. You'll get there eventually, even if you don't choose, the higher direction or guidance right now. You'll get there eventually. I don't know when. I'm not being given any time frames. I don't think it's very seldom, right? I mean, it's very seldom we've ever given you a timeline. I get them every once in a while, but it's more like a personal thing, so I don't really talk about it, because excuse me, because I don't know if it's for all of us or just me. So I tend to not get into setting dates. Every time I've seen people set a date, it's never worked out. Not going to bother. Mind you, this talk about, back in 2020 2021, and we were told 2022 was be the beginning of the exposures, and 23 and so on, 26. This has been true to what we heard about that, and I appreciated that information, because it's like you gotta have some light at the end of the tunnel here, or you just it's yeah, it's just going to be that 2030, kill program that was going on there. So yeah, it's like, yeah, I know that's not where it's going to go, because I heard, you know, higher guidance telling me that this is going to happen in this year, and so on and so on. So everything we have heard about that and that I've transmitted to you has come true. Um, so yeah. Okay. Anything else about the galactic interface? It's in the divination space to elevate the higher race and the higher grace. We're being given a new space. We're being given a new place in outer space, and now we're coming back to the human race. So yeah, so we came in, dropped down. All these things happen to elevate us. Change the genetics, upload higher frequencies of light, and then now we're back to the galactic center light. So I think it's all good. It sounds good. I found it very interesting to hear that. That's basically about what I was hearing this morning. So don't know what else to say about that. It seems pretty complete. Is there anything else you want to say today? Message is on the way. Okay, so we're going to hear more about it. This was just like an introduction. What else? What else? I feel like I'm missing something. The galactic center is complete, is replete. We're mixing it up for you to meet in the street. I have no clue what that means. Oh, you get to do a meet and greet. Okay, well, there you go. If you want to participate in a meet and greet, I hope that's not just meant for me. I'm still on the fence about that, but I mean, eventually we're going to have to do it. Yeah, I'm just going to have a lot of boundaries set, a lot of parameters. Yeah. All right, I guess we'll meet them in the street, which is meeting ourselves from the future, basically. It's all a timing thing, right? It's all cyclical. It's all there is to it. It's pretty simple stuff. Once you know, but what's that saying? It's everything is simple to do something. Like it's simple if you know how, right? As soon as you know how to do something, then it's simple. If you don't know how to do something, it's not so simple. Anyway, and you see the sunset, see the pinks, and the sun was so beautiful, yellowy orange ball, and it was just brilliant tonight. Some nights are prettier than others, more intense, right, with the energy than others. But all those sparkling lights, I'm just looking here on the monitor, and that's the United States. See how close we are? This isn't even the closest point. It's under the bridge. That's the channel. I was explaining to a client this week about how it works here. So Port Huron and Sarnia are north of Windsor and Detroit, and it's all along the St. Clair River. So if you go north, and you go under the bridge, and then you hang a right, and you're in Lake Huron and all the Sarnia beaches and everything. That's where I grew up. And if you hang a left, because it kind of parts, then you're going over to the American side. And I think it's Leamington. We used to drive over in the boat for a day's trip. And, I don't know if you can do that anymore or not, but that was a long, long time ago. And you'd stop and maybe have something to eat at the little restaurant. There's always restaurants and docks along the way. And Lake Huron, as you know, I've told you all about in the last number of years when I was on Lake Huron up north. It's very different. The energy is very different compared to this. Am I doing it right? I never do that right, do I? Do it in the wrong position. Anyway, you get the point. It's very calm, as you can see. It's a little choppy under the bridge, but the ocean-going vessels that come through the Great Lakes system and they stop in at port at Sarnia, they have to have a tugboat to actually get them through that channel. That's how narrow it is, and it's not very deep. There was a sailboat that sunk years ago, and you can just, on a clear day, you can look through and you can see the mast. I mean, so it's a little bit dangerous, but that's how close Canada is from the States here, and that's what I grew up with. It was nothing going back and forth over the bridge at that time. Now it's ridiculous because the way the border situation is, they make trucks wait for hours on end, and you have this long trail going down the 402 of trucks just sitting waiting for hours to get over the bridge. I mean, that was unheard of, and it was like a dime or quarter, right, to cross over. You just went over and went to Penny's shopping and had a little lunch and came back, and it was nothing. So everything's very different now, and I don't really recognize it. Now there's 2 bridges instead of 1. It still hasn't solved, I don't think, the issues here. So, we journey on. Time changes things. We all change. So we can change for the better or the worse, or just, not change at all. Just be in between. It's kind of a neutral spot as long as you're not being complacent, because complacency is like the worst, right? Because you're doing nothing. And energy doesn't like just doing nothing. So there, I went off on a tangent. I have no idea why, but I'm not hearing anything else. Is there anything else for today's message? Nope, they got the gist of it anyway. Good, I'm glad. Well, I'm going to have a class, like I said, May 20th, if you want to drop by. 12:30 is the time. You can go on the you can go on my Facebook page. It's the link in the description box below. Click on Healing Our Energy, and I have the information on the Facebook page there. So if you want to book an appointment with us, you can go to the website www.healingourenergy.ca, and you can book there. So take care of yourselves and others, and we'll see you another day with another message of hope along the way. All right, goodbye for today.